Hello there, I'm Kyle Sasser and this is BizTweaks. So continuing on in our Amazon products video series, we're at number 2, and that is to avoid licensed products. Now, what does that mean? So I'm sure you've seen clothing with football logos on it, your local sports team, college football, maybe cartoon characters. I know, if you want to know my age, I'm almost 40 years old. When I was a kid, Looney Tunes were huge on items of clothing. So you'd see, not jumpsuits. You'd see sweatshirts with Tweety Bird on it and Sylvester. Those are what we call licensed images. And that means that they are owned by somebody else. In that case, Warner Brothers, I believe. Then, you have Mickey Mouse, which is owned by Disney, of course. And then video game stuff, so like Super Mario, owned by Nintendo, all of this stuff. So when you're going and looking for products, you're going to think, and it's going to pop in your head that, hey, if I have a product and I slap one of these guys on there, it's going to help to sell. It's going to help my keywords. Kids are going to go nuts for it. It's a no-brainer. The problem is that Amazon is heavily policed by the intellectual property owners themselves. So there's actually people at Nintendo that go through the Amazon catalog and look for unlicensed items and then report that to Amazon. If it happens once, they'll usually let it slide. But if you're a new account, it's highly likely they'll just kill the account and shut you down. And if you have been in business for a while, sometimes you get away with it for a little bit, but eventually it's going to catch up with you. They're going to shut the account down. You're going to be stuck with a ton of product that you're not going to be able to sell on Amazon anymore. And I can tell you, it's a lot harder to sell that Tweety Bird sweatshirt by yourself in your house than it is trying to sell it on Amazon. The other problem is if you import these items from China, and I can promise you that they're going to make it very easy for you to buy these items. There are people at Customs and Borders Protection who open the packages and then look inside of it, and if they find unlicensed or counterfeit goods, they're not just going to take those individual items out, they're going to seize the entire shipment. Just so you know, my average order is currently about $15,000 to $20,000 a pop. And I have had shipments seized. Now, I didn't have the Tasmanian Devil on a 3DS on a 3DS case that you pop on there. Definitely not the case. All I did was I ordered some charging cables that said works with Nintendo on it, and it had the Nintendo logo. Because I was not licensed to have that Nintendo logo on that product, Customs and Border Protection seized that entire $12,000 shipment and basically destroyed it. We reached out to local attorneys, local customs experts, and customs brokers, who are people who deal with Customs and Border Protection all the time on a daily basis. They're in and out of there all the time. We called all of them. We're like, hey, what can we do? Like, what's just take that stuff out, give us the rest of the shipment. They said, no can do. It's destroyed. You might as well, strike that expected delivery off, and lesson learned for next time. So don't make that $12,000 mistake. Stay away from unlicensed products. If you are tremendously savvy, you can contact these companies and negotiate to place these licensed images onto your products. That's a little bit beyond the scope of this of this short little YouTube video. It's a very nuanced thing to do, and you definitely want to get some legal advice if you're looking to do that. But overall, if you're just starting off, avoid licensed products. It's going to save yourself a ton of headaches, and I promise you, you can sell products without those licensed images. Thanks for tuning into this BizTweaks Amazon video. I'd like for you to subscribe. If you'd rather have us in podcast form, we're available there as well. You can do both down below. Please leave us a comment or question if you have any. And I do also offer complete training courses and boot camps if that interests you. I've got a link below as well too. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.